Hey Rebels, I'm Pepper, and we here at Rebel Girls are excited to bring you a brand new series in partnership with Nike United. We're shining the spotlight on 6 incredible footballers. Yep, that's soccer here in the US, as they share their powerful stories on and off the pitch. Get ready for inspiration, grit, and some serious Rebel energy.
I'm Naomi. I'm from San Jose, California, and I play for Chelsea and the U.S. national team as a defender.
Born in San Jose to Ethiopian immigrant parents, Naomi has become a trailblazer for diversity in American soccer. She just became the youngest player ever to captain the United States women's national team at just 23 years old. Naomi was the number 1 overall pick in the 2022 National Women's Soccer League draft and immediately won NWSL Defender of the Year as a rookie. Among so many other wins, she also helped lead the national team to Olympic gold in Paris 2024, anchoring one of the tournament's stingiest defenses. Naomi, I have to say, reading about everything you've accomplished already at just 24 years old is absolutely incredible. How did growing up between Ethiopian and American cultures shape the person and player you are today?
Growing up with both Ethiopian and American cultures definitely shaped me as a person. I think just like my values, my community that I grew up with, the language we spoke at home, it was just such a big part of me growing up and me becoming the person who I am. Kind of being in between the two cultures definitely shaped me a lot, and it still shapes me now.
I love that you had community support from the very beginning. Speaking of beginnings, did you always want to play soccer? What did the journey of coming into the sport of soccer look like for you?
Yeah, I did basketball, gymnastics. Those were my main ones, soccer. And I kind of did all as long as I could until it was the time where I really had to. I always knew soccer was my favorite, and it kind of started taking over my schedule, so I just had to stick with it and kind of let the other ones go.
Wait, I so relate to that. I've played basketball and softball for the longest time, but basketball is definitely my favorite. You went to school at Stanford University, very impressive. What was it like balancing being a student athlete?
Being a student athlete was definitely difficult. I learned a lot about time management and honestly just working hard. But I think it felt like we were all kind of doing it together, and we were all going from practice to class to study to whatever other extracurriculars we were doing. So it was definitely like just such a fun experience. I feel like I learned so much, like as a human and obviously in school as well. So yeah, it was a really fun experience.
Can you talk a little bit about the draft? What was that like? What were you feeling?
The year I was going into the league, knowing that there were 2 California teams that were having their first seasons was very, very exciting for me because I wanted to stay in California, and getting drafted by San Diego was amazing. It was like one of those surreal moments of like, I can't believe this is happening, and I was just so excited.
It must have been so cool to know you were going to play so close to home. You are considered one of the best defenders in the world. You make it look so easy. What do you love most about defense?
I like stopping goals. No, I think being a defender is so cool and so fun. Like you're always working as a unit. And so I think it's just like fun to get to play and work with the people that are near me. And yeah, I've always just liked stopping goals. I used to score goals, but now I'm in the back. But yeah, it's fun.
In those high-pressure moments, though, do you still get nervous?
I think in the moment in the game, it's like you're just in the zone. You can't think. You just have to play and just have to, do what feels right and kind of follow your instinct.
So, you were the team captain of your college team. What do you think it takes to be a good leader on the pitch?
I think a lot of times on the pitch, being vocal is important, but also leading by example is really important, and just setting the standard with how you work, how you communicate, how you treat others, everything. I think that's really important in a team, and I think a lot of the great leaders that I've played with have done that really well. I think sometimes when you want to like become the leader, you think you have to change the way you need to act or the way you communicate. But I think a lot of times it's just doing what you're good at to the best of your ability. And you're never going to be the person that can do every single thing. Like that's no leader has that skill. There's always going to be weaknesses that other people will fill.
You've played for the San Diego Wave and the national team and Chelsea, which was a record-breaking deal, obviously. Congratulations. How do you quickly build chemistry and trust with your new teammates and coaches?
Getting to know people off the field is really important. I think I'm really personable. Like, I like to make friends. I like to hang out. I like to just get to know people. And I think when you have that relationship and that trust off the field, it's so much easier when you're on the field.
You've risen incredibly quickly through the ranks. What advice would you give to young girls who feel like they're starting their journey late compared to others?
I started pretty late, and I definitely didn't follow the natural path of starting club soccer when you were a kid and just sticking with it all the way through. I did other sports. I didn't play at the highest level when I was younger. I wasn't on the best club team. I played with a team that my parents could get me to, and that I loved my teammates and just kind of had fun with it. So I think I would say it's never too late, and whether you make it or not, just enjoy it, because that whole middle part is actually what's most important and what you're going to remember. It's not going to be what happens at the end.
It's really inspiring to realize that you don't have to be the 5-year-old that was already on their way to the Olympics. Maybe you don't know the path you want yet or have the resources until later, but if you have the passion, you can still chase a goal and have a chance to succeed in it. I love that. All right, as one of the few Ethiopian American players in professional soccer, what does representation mean to you, and how do you carry that responsibility?
I think, as like you said, one of few Ethiopian Americans who are playing professionally, I think it always warms my heart when I see a little girl who's I want to play like you, or I now know that I can do this too. And I think it's just important to have those people to look up to, and just be able to actually see yourself in those spaces that you want to be in.
It's just so cool to sit here and realize that you are the generation that is changing that for women's sports. My generation and generations after me have women to look up to see what's possible. What's the best piece of advice you've ever been given?
The best advice I've been given is to run your own race, and to just focus on the path you're on and not compare yourself to others, and just stay true to yourself.
Run your own race. I really love that. All we can control is that we're showing up, knowing we've done all we can do to get to that moment, and leave it all out there.
Yeah.
What has been the highlight of your career so far?
I think the moment that sticks out to me the most as the highlight would be when we won gold at the Olympics.
Yeah, that feels like a life moment that would be hard to beat.
It was a good one. But also, my whole family was there for the whole tournament, and they were traveling around France. They were having the best time, and they were at the final. So I think to also have them with me throughout the tournament made it feel even more special.
That's awesome. What a huge life moment to be able to share together. Do you have advice for young athletes today?
Don't stop pushing for more, and don't get complacent. It has come such a long way, but there's always more that can be done. So I think whenever each generation has that mentality of we want to make it better, that's when real change comes. And I think I feel like I'm a product of generations before doing that. So I would say for me, and then for younger athletes, just continuing that on is really important.
Okay, Naomi, it's time for the best question. What makes you a rebel girl?
Always treating people with kindness, working hard, and staying true to myself.
Naomi, it was really fun to get to know you today. Thanks for joining us. And Rebels, don't forget to play Rebel and stay Rebel.